So, how are you gonna stop yourself from caring about what other people think of you? This is the question that I've had to ask myself a lot recently. And honestly, from my experience, it's not that hard to stop. Let's go to the gym and talk about it. So, I've never really had social anxiety in my life before. I've always been an outgoing kid. I've always, found it really easy to engage in large groups of people or one-on-one or whatever it is, right? And I've never really cared about what people think about me or say about me or, whether people judge me for liking something or whatever. Now, that being said, all of a sudden, a couple months ago, I got this weird voice defect where my voice like cuts out or it'll be like unstable or it'll crack, but it cuts out at the exact same tone every single time. So I was like, this got to be vocal cord damage, right? I went to a doctor, they put a camera down my throat and there was zero vocal cord damage, and they ruled out puberty and stuff like that. I am 18, so it is possible. But either way, since this vocal defect started, I've had the craziest anxiety ever, like social anxiety in my life. I have never had it up until this point. And all of a sudden, like, it was so bad to the point where I would be at work and I'd have to ask my supervisor an important question. And I couldn't even ask her. Like, I couldn't bring up the courage to ask her because I was so worried that I would be judged for the way I sound and for my voice sounding like that, even though people honestly didn't really notice it that much. But I just got so in my head about what other people might think about me or say about me that I let it control my life. I realized that I can't keep living this way. So what did I do? I stopped caring what people think and what people say about me. Now, this can be applied to literally any of your guys' situations. You might be getting judged by people that you hang out with because you're not doing something, whether it be drinking alcohol or partying or something that you don't want to partake in, right? You might be getting judged or bullied for that. You might be getting judged for something that you like or something that you like doing. You might be judged for the way you sound, the way you look, whatever it is, right? It's all similar. And from my experience, they all have the exact same solution. The first thing that I did is understand and convince myself that anything anyone has to say or think about you doesn't change anything in your physical life. So what I mean by that is it doesn't change your opinion, it doesn't change your values, and it doesn't change what you're doing or how you do things or what you like. What they say or think about you can't change anything in your life physically unless you let it. For example, if I didn't drink and I'm going to a party with my friends, right? And all my buddies want to drink, but I'm too scared that if I don't drink, they're going to judge me for it or they're going to say something about it, right? So I end up drinking anyway in fear of that. That was my choice to drink, okay? They didn't force me to drink it. I drank it. Only I have the power to control what I do in my life, right? But I also have the power to give it to somebody else. And what you're doing by dwelling on what people say or think about you is you're giving them that control over your life that really is yours. What I learned to understand is that I have the power to take that control back at any moment. And that moment is when I stand my ground and don't fold to what they want me to do or what I think they're gonna say about me. All right, so how would I actually go about just not caring what people have to say or think about me? Well, what I did is I used logic. If what they're saying or thinking about you can't physically control your life, right? Then why does it matter? It matters because it's your sense of validation. So how do you tackle that? From my experience, what I did is I needed to rewire where I get my validation from. So instead of getting validation from whether my friends accept me or not, I make it so I feel validated by standing for who I am and what I value. I got in the mindset And this might be harsh, but I got in the mindset of if I crumble to what other people say or think or might think about me, then I failed myself. And it's true, because if you're falling to something that you don't want to do and you're falling to something that you don't morally stand for, then you are failing yourself as a person. You just let somebody else control your life over a thought or over what they're saying. Do you understand? By just simply words. That's it. That's it. Words came out of their mouth and they're controlling your life. The other thing that you can do is switch who you get your validation from. So instead of seeking validation from people that don't have the same values as you and can't appreciate you as a person for who you are, find new friends that have the same values as you. Because if they have the same values as you, then you won't need to seek validation from them. They'll already have accepted you because you guys are alike and you have each other's back. The moral of that story is I figured out I needed to find people that appreciate me for who I am. Now, you might be able to be friends with somebody who has slightly different values than you. For example, I'm a Christian and my best friend is an atheist, right? We have slightly different values, right? But he accepts me for who I am. All right, so let me ask myself again. How would I stop myself from caring what other people think or say about me? I'm going to surround myself with people that share the same values as me or that appreciate me for who I am. I'm not going to search for validation from people who won't accept me for who I am. Therefore, if they don't accept me for who I am, then their opinion should automatically just not matter to me. And I'm only going to seek true validation from myself. Now, some of you may be saying, I don't know what to base my values off of or what values I even have. And that's called a lack of identity. And guys, from my experience, if you put your identity in Jesus Christ, you will not need to seek validation from anyone ever again. That hole for feeling validated will be gone. It will be filled by Jesus. If you're wondering how to do that or what that even means, then be free to leave a comment. I really hope this video helped some of you guys and you're able to live anxiety and stress-free by not caring about what other people think about you anymore. It's not going to happen overnight. I still have anxiety about my voice, but I really hope that what I have to say about it can help somebody who's in a similar scenario as me.